A prestigious and outstanding offering that we have for your competition here today, buyers.
The biggest housing declines have so far been seen at the top end of the market, where prices have fallen 10.5% since April 2022. But some properties in popular suburbs are defying the trend. This home in Sydney sold for $5 million.
It's sold. Congratulations to our purchaser.
Is that typical of what you've been seeing in the market throughout the year?
Very much a mixed bag on the auction floor. You've got some good auctions for A-grade stock where the marketing campaign's been run well and the pricing's been gotten right. You're getting good auction results. And then for other stock where perhaps the expectations are a little bit too high, they're often getting punished in the market.
And how are you seeing the current year differ to the previous one?
We're probably down about 25 to 30% on volume. So listing volumes are down, auction volumes are down. And then obviously a little bit more tricky on the auction floor itself.
So your job's slightly harder.
Definitely harder at the moment.
Yeah, trying to get that interest going. And what about when it comes to encouraging the buyers? How are you doing that?
I think the buyer of today is a tentative buyer. They're an uncertain buyer. They're not really sure if they should buy today or if they should wait for the bottom of the market and buy then. So a lot of it is about being able to nurse that buyer to the mark and give them confidence to take action at the moment. But there's good buying to be had if you choose a good property, so it's a good time to be buying.
And you probably don't want to give too much away, but are there any tips for those who are at auction trying to get the best price?
As a seller or as a buyer?
As a buyer.
As a buyer. Okay, well, the first thing that you have to do when you come to an auction is bid. And I think that one of the mistakes that buyers make when they're trying to buy well is that they stand there and they don't bid. You've got to bid. If you want to buy, you have to bid. But I think just be clear on what you feel the property's worth and what your limits are. That's always the best way to buy well at an auction.
Yeah, and knowing your price limit's obviously very important. When it comes to those vendors who are selling, do you have any tips for auction day?
I think it's a time for pragmatism on price for auction day for vendors. Vendors need to understand that if the property's been priced correctly and you've got bidders there, you're going to find out market value on the property. That doesn't mean you have to accept what it is on auction day, but it just means you need to be open-minded about it. So it's a time for open minds.
Clarence White, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.